I actually just been focusing on my school, etc., etc. So I'm not too in tune with what the fuck's going on. I know Trump is seeing Macron, and I like that he's talking to Macron. Like, where's England at? Where's the Prime Minister? Where's the Winston Churchill of England? Where's the... Like, why are we in talks with England? Are we just keeping it esoteric? Are we just keeping it a little private? We don't want to... Anyway, it's a different discussion, but it's kind of what's in my head. I was watching some clips of Macron and Trump, and I was wondering, where the fuck is England at? So we have Trump's talking about Europe, the European Union. A lot of these countries are small. That's why they formed a European Union. And that's why the euro is all over Europe. It's not just like, oh, that's an England dollar, or that's a fucking Italian money. I think they use euro over there. I'm sure they might have some other sorts of currencies. I could be wrong. I don't know everything. But let's just use common sense and think like, okay, there's a European Union formed because I think after the World Wars, and to defeat or to keep the Soviets in check, they felt it was probably better that they create some sort of union. And I would assume that maybe France is probably one of the power players of the European Union. And so to have talks with Macron is important for America. And I would say that Macron and France might be the face of the European Union and represent them the most, kind of like America and some of these other alliances we have. And so I'm just wondering where England's at. They're having their own troubles, you know. And yeah, Trump wanting to give out gold cards, something similar, something more sophisticated, to use his language, more sophisticated than a gold card. Why not? Why are we just giving out green cards to people who are just taking up jobs? And I'm not saying that in a way like it just came out. Like, why? We have our own Americans that can take jobs. And it's another thing I wanted to say is like, why aren't we like Trump, like Donald Trump? You're so good at marketing and marketing yourself, using the media, the power of the microphone and the camera and the news. Why aren't we encouraging our workers, or single fathers, or fathers in general who like maybe their women are making more of the money? Why aren't we encouraging our people to use the capitalism? Like, why isn't there more like capitalism, pro-capitalism, pro-capitalism, pro-capitalism? Like, why isn't there a push for that? Is it because that's competition? Like, oh no, let's monopolize everything and have all the power, and we'll just hire all the people? Like, I don't really understand it. If I was a president, he's doing amazing things, and amazing in a way that I might not necessarily agree with, or I might question, or might not understand, but amazing in a sense like, damn, you know, he's sitting there and he's thinking, and he's keeping his people that support him, because he's using other minds, and people are throwing out ideas to him. I guarantee people are throwing out ideas to him. And like, why not fucking have America to start appreciating capitalism? Like, isn't that like, are you trying to do it a little complicitly? No, is it implicit? I think it's implicit. Yeah, implicit. Are you trying to do it implicitly? Like, make people... It's like, I'll be like, yeah, guys, like, American, like, let's not bitch about the American immigrants taking our jobs. How about you go out there? I want to see some Americans cutting grass. I want to see some Americans fucking doing landscaping, and Americans, you know, you look, it's typically typically in Southern California, it's Mexicans fucking cutting grass. I want to see a fucking young, even if it's a white guy, black guy, I want to see a black American. I want to see a brown American. I want to see, like, competition, guys. Like, I want to see you guys out there cutting grass, you know? Like, I want to see a young American man fucking cutting grass, you know? Or even an older American man, like, fucking brown American, white American, you know, America first. Like, I don't know why he's not pushing that. Like, you guys could be starting your plumbing businesses, and hey, banks, loan to America first, guys. Like, American born first, you know? I don't know why. I don't get it. I don't get it. But I like the idea of like, we're gonna give out this gold card. It's gonna bring in money. It costs $5 million for this gold card to do business here, to invest here with your money. And I like the idea about companies when there's like there's this precocious genius of a talent, you know, in your company, and you're like, this guy's worth $5 million. I like his idea. Let's bring him to America. Let's pay for that card. And I mean, his innovation, his creative genius is gonna make us billions of dollars. Like, let's bring him here and we'll pay for that. You work for our company. I think that's a genius idea. And that just goes to show that when somebody cares about something, right? Like, you just see those little details, like the ingenious thing, like the Doge Department of Government Agency, how they sent out an email and they want them to reply back to the email stating what they did that week. That's accountability. I go back to this idea when I was having my sociology class. My teacher brought this idea, or I guess they teach this in sociology at the university or at college. Let's just say college. I'm at a junior college, but they teach the same shit probably. Junior college level, they teach about the future, and I remember the professor was teaching. I keep saying the same shit. They taught us. She's a really nice lady, by the way. They taught us about this neglect in older people homes and the demand in the marketplace for nurses to take care of older people. Older people are living longer. They're going to start being in homes. They're creating homes like these retirement villages, and there's going to be a demand for caregivers, but there's a lot of neglect there. Well, there is neglect, not saying there's a lot, but there is neglect there. And I said, well, you know what it is? It starts at the top. The guy who owns the place, or the lead, the head nurse or head doctor, needs to be walking around. He needs to do pop-ups, random pop-ups. Make sure to check up on, like, look at the old person. That's just as an example. Look at the old person in the eye, right in front of the nurse, randomly. Just come in. Look, hey, how is she treating you? You could tell me now. It's like if you thought somebody was messing with your kid and you show up right in front of them and you tell your kid, you could tell me now. Look at me now. Are they treating you bad? And even if they think you're a paranoid person, at least you have them on their toes, you know? At least you have them on their toes, you know? And just little details like that with Doge and stuff. Even Trump had mentioned, let's say, I think it's an ingenious idea because he was right there with Macron. The Macron thing was like 4 days ago. I'm a little late, but the idea of a gold card is amazing. It's a great idea. Just like with the Doge, the little details, right? You can tell people care about like when I work at Home Depot, I think about, people ask me all the time, like, when they're looking to buy their own snake, they're looking to buy their own snake, right? Their own product. A snake is a wire. It's a drain cleaning machine. You run a wire and it unclogs your drain. I'm like, man, if I was a manager, I'd write my own signs, put it right there. Hey, this is the going rate to rent out a snake right here if you want to go do it at the rental. So, like, instead of asking me, I could do my job. You could just, there's a sign right there, man. Yeah, you can check out the sign. The prices are right here, just if you want to just look at them, you know, because it's like, instead of me having to maybe tell you like 5 prices and you're like, what was it again? You can just look at the sign, right? And other sorts of things, right? Like a sign that says, it's best if you bring in your old part, right? Because there's cartridges. I work in the plumbing department. There's cartridges. Cartridges meaning is that piece inside the wall that your knob goes on when you turn it on, the hot side, cold side, the middle side that may shoot it to the shower or to the bathtub. That's called a cartridge. The middle part's a diverter because it diverts the water up and down. It's like, I was like, if I was a manager, I would be putting a sign right here. Like, I even said some shit like that before, but, you know, again, if that was my role, because I'm just a worker, right? Because if you care, if you want to make things easier for yourself, if you're just creative, I guess, or I don't know, just you see it, right? So I like the gold card thing. I find it to be a good idea.